Hello everyone, it's Veronica and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my what I want to read in August, and I actually have a smaller stack this time, mainly because it's August now and summer. I had, a lot of free time that I could take to read, but now that I'm about to start school, it's less time for me and more time to study. But this time it's smaller. It's 5 specific books plus my book club book, so I'm going to talk about it. It's going to be a relatively short video, but I'm excited to read all of these books. Some of these have been on my TBR for maybe 2 months but let's get started. So the first book that I'm going to be reading is actually pretty thick. It's something that I was going to do a reading vlog on towards the last 2 weeks of July, but it's already the last week of July. Basically, it's Sunday for me when I'm recording this, but I don't really have time because I'm doing a launch trip for my school, the school program that I am in for this year, so I didn't have time. So I'm bringing this book from my July TBR, and the book is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara, and I'm pretty excited for this. There are definite trigger warnings, but I know what I'm getting myself into, so I'm definitely going to do a reading vlog on it. So when I do, the trigger warnings will be in my description box below, but I'm excited to dive in and just to see, because I know it's, a lot of trigger warnings. It's definitely a very sad kind of book, not for someone who has a faint of heart, I guess you can say, but this is one of the books that I want to read, and I am excited to get started on. The next book is something that has been on my want to reads list on Goodreads for many, many years. Probably since 2015 when I first started my other Goodreads account. I've talked about this a few times. It is The History of Love by Nicole Krauss, and I'm excited to read this book. It is exciting and I have been just wanting to read this, so I'm actually really excited to read this, and it's like a historical fiction, I believe, so I'm really excited to read this. The next 2 books are both of World War II. I've definitely talked about this. It has been featured in a few of my videos. It is The Tattooist of Auschwitz and The Librarian of Auschwitz. This, I don't know why I've just kind of paused. I don't know why I've held it off for so long, but I'm reading it this time. I think I'm going to take the time to really dive into these books. I've been requesting specifically on NetGalley a lot of World War II books, so this has really brought me into reading a lot more of World War II historical fictions. It's an important topic to really talk about, and I think for me specifically, I just want to better educate myself in the topic of World War II and even World War I, but I feel like I read more World War II books. So I think for me, I just want to start diving into more historical fiction when it comes to the wars, and these 2 books, The Tattooist of Auschwitz and The Librarian of Auschwitz, are the 2 that I specifically own at the moment and that I really need to dive in, that I feel are going to help me better educate myself in World War II. So this is the 2 books that I want to read and focus on for this month. The next book that I want to read is a nonfiction book, and I told myself that I need to start reading more nonfiction and also more classic books like Jane Austen books or etc., because I can't think of any right now. And the nonfiction I want to read is Becoming by Michelle Obama, and this is definitely going to be an interesting read that I think I could really benefit to reading this month, especially since I'm about to start school soon. I think I just want to dive into this book and really read this, and I think it's going to be really important to read and talk about just, I guess, the women's fiction behind it, the story that she tells. So this is definitely something that I feel is going to be really important to read. And the last book that I want to read is part of my book club, Asians Under a Typhoon book club. Our July book was Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. Our live show is going to be August 14th if you guys want to check it out. I'm really excited, and I watched the movie and was like, I never knew about that this was a book. So I have the whole series, trilogy I think, but I have it and thought maybe I could read it because I was so on the movie, and I just want to know if the book is a lot better, which I assume it will be, but you know, I can't really judge, right? And also, I invite you guys to read it along with me, our live show, you know, August 14th. So I'm excited to talk about it with you guys on the live show and to talk about your opinions, your thoughts on Crazy Rich Asians. So that's why I chose Crazy Rich Asians as my first book for the book club. The next two books are optional for me. These are definitely not something I want to focus on, like Becoming by Michelle Obama or the World War II books. These two are going to be optional. If I don't read it, that's okay. It was never specified that I want to read it, if you guys know what I mean. So these two are my two classics. They're both by George Orwell, and it is 1984 and Animal Farm. So I'm excited to read this. I've heard great things about both. I know 1984, one of the classes in my school, they had to read this and I believe analyze it. And 1984, I've always been interested in reading, and I thought it would be very important to read and to just beneficial for the learning. And also Animal Farm. I don't know, I think I want to either do a reading vlog or perhaps do a book review on it, because I think these are both very important books that I want to talk about. However, because I'm starting school, I only want to focus on these 6 books technically, 5 excluding Crazy Rich Asians for book club, but yeah, George Orwell is definitely going to be the optional read if I have time. Also, I just want to mention that while I am going to be reading these 5 books plus maybe the optional books, I will still be reading ebooks and listening to audiobooks. Also, NetGalley arcs that I have that I still need to read, I still have that. So technically these aren't just the 5 books I will only be reading. So it'll be an interesting time. Thank you guys so much for watching this want to reads of August. I was about to say July, so I just said August. Interesting. But I'm excited to read all of these books. Because I'm starting school, I did have to keep this list a little bit short. I think during the summer it was like 10 books. Some of them I didn't even get to, but I'm excited to read these. If you guys want me to do a reading vlog on any of these specific books, comment down below. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara is definitely something I will be doing a reading vlog on it. So that one is already just needs to be done, you know. But if you guys want me to read anything you guys from this list, comment that down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this August TBR. What are you guys reading for August? I would love to know down below. And if you guys have read any of these 6 books, comment that down below. If you guys have also read Animal Farm or 1984 by George Orwell, comment that down below. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this, give it a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below. I'm excited to bring more booktube content to you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!